Okay, so for the next few problems, I'm going to show you how to solve with the addition method, and I'm also going to show you how to plug these into the calculator and check. So I don't know exactly why they give it to you in this setup where it would be easy or better to do substitution, but whatever the case is, I'll show you. So notice we have x and y on separate sides of the equal sign. So I need to get them on the same side. So I'm going to subtract y from this first equation. And then over here I will have x minus y equals 0. Okay? And then right below it I will have my other equation, which is 74x plus 78 y equals 304. Okay, now that x and y are on the same side, just like here, equal sign and numbers are lined up, I'm going to choose to eliminate y because the signs are already opposite. I just need this number to be a 78. In order to make that happen, I need to multiply this equation here by 78. And remember, all terms get multiplied by 78. Okay, so doing that, this is an arrow with an arrowhead, kind of like a equal sign, but saying going from here to here. So multiplying everything by 78 gives me a 78x, and then minus 78y, and then 78 times 0 will still be 0. All right. And then this bottom equation, we're going to leave it exactly the same. So we're going to have 74x plus 78y equals 304. Alright, so add these equations up. And 70 and 70 is 140. And 140 plus 12 was 152. So 152x. The y gets eliminated, and then bring down equals 304. Alright, so now we're going to divide by 152, and we will get x equals 2. Alright, and all we have to do is plug this in to our original equation, one of them, and this one seems like it's the easiest one, x equals y. So you plug in x equals 2, and we get y equals 2 as well. So we get our x value and our y value. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to plug this in the calculator. I'm not going to write down the directions, but if you just stop and record the video or watch and see what I do, then you'll get there. Well, actually, I'll go ahead and write it down. We're going to go second matrix, and then we're going to go over to edit. You're going to do 2, enter, and then 3, enter, and then you're going to input coefficients. Input coefficients. Running out of space, can't get it all up there. Alright, once we do that, once we input coefficients, we're going to do second and then quit. And then we're going to do second matrix again. We're going to arrow over, and then we're going to arrow up, and we're looking for R, R, E, F, and then you push enter on that, and then we'll do second matrix one more time, and then just enter times 2. If you hit enter 2 times, you'll get it. Alright, so this should output your matrix, and what you're going to see is something like this. You'll have a 1, 0, and then some number, and you'll have 0, 1, and then some number. Okay, I'm going to try to do this 2 or 3 times for you so you can have some practice. But whatever variable was in the first position, so when we lined up our equation, x was in the first position. So this first column where there's a 1, this row is telling you the x solution. In the second column, we had y was lined up. So this one is telling me the y solution. And we should see 1 and a 2 here, and we should see a 1 and a 2 here. Okay, so let's do that. I'm going to do it on the calculator computer. Or the computer that's on the calculator. The calculator that is on the computer. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Okay, so here we go. Here is second, and then here is matrix right here, this little x to the -1 button. Alright, we're here. We're going to go over to edit. That's what this says. Alright, and then we're going to just hit enter. Alright, so the first number wants to know how many equations we have. 2. So that's the input 2, enter. And then 3, enter. Because we have 3 things. 1, 2, 3 things in our equation. Alright, now we're going to list the coefficients. When we say coefficients, we're talking about the original ones. So a 1, -1, and 0 for the first equation, because there's 1x, and hit enter after each input. -1, make sure you do the negative below the number 3, and then 1, and then just 0, enter. And then 74, 78, and 304. Alright, once you get it all input, we're going to go second quit. So this is where we are in our list of directions. Right here on second quit. Just about halfway through. Second, and then mode will quit. Alright, and then second and matrix again. We're going to go over. So right here it says arrow over, and then we're going to start arrowing up till we get to RREF. Right there is option B, and then we're going to hit enter. Alright, now it's waiting. Now we're going to do second matrix one more time, and then we're just going to hit enter on A. We want to solve it so that RREF is reduced row echelon form. If you ever take linear algebra or something like that, we talk about matrices. It's going to solve it, and we're telling it we wanted to solve matrix A. That's the one we just edited. Alright, so hit enter again, and here's a little table. So x is 1, x is 2, and y is 2. So they just kind of let you know that you've done it right. This is a good way to check. It is a lot of button pushing at first, but once you do it a few times, it won't be very bad. So one was 2, and the other one was 2.